Hello everyone, Kentu Tiger here with Bengali Engineering and Play. We are back in Space Engineers, and we are continuing our construction and building on the Modular Utility Vehicle. So, Modular Utility Vehicle. So this is kind of in the style, the genre, the concept of long ago. There was a series that I believe aired from 1973 to 75, called Space 1999. In that they had a universal utility kind of a vehicle called the Eagle, and it had these pods. Well, actually, let me. Oh, what happened here? There we go. So the Eagle. So this was their utility vehicle. That center compartment kind of a thing actually disconnected, so it left the chassis with the engineering and thrusters and everything all over, and then that chassis framework in between. So utility vehicle. So there were different elements that they could attach on there in the center. So this was kind of the inadvertent, I want to call it inspiration. It really, I didn't intend to copycat this thing, but just rather build something that was similar in function. So anyway. So we have modules. Right now there's two different kinds of modules, and I think modular design, of course, is infinite in creativity and options. So we have a dual purpose one here, which is partial cargo, and so we have cargo and we have a jump drive, so we could actually strap this on and actually teleport around, or rather jump around. We have another module that you see that's actually under the chassis right now, which is just cargo. So I want to do a couple things as I'm working here. One of the things I want to do is get, so let me get back into 8, my parachutes. Now the upside to parachutes is this is maybe going to be a little bit of a challenge here, because I need to rework a few things. So I need to color them the right color, and I also am going to need to add in connections. Otherwise I will not be able to get to these various things. So let me zeroize that. That is looks like a cross in there, so we actually need, there we go. Okay, so we'll delete that. Alright, and we put the cross in there, as I do not want the pieces to conflict. Then we will do, I think, the same thing here. That should be a quad, and there. Okay, so if all went well, do I really need 4? Oh, this could be really heavy. I don't know if we really need 8. I'm kind of thinking not. Do we really need 8 parachutes? Let's try it with 4 parachutes. Unfortunately, there are no planets in this particular world, but I can spawn one in. So let me try again here. Okay, so this is putting a cross back in. Yeah. And then 6 and 6, and putting that piece back in. Okay, and we'll do effectively the same thing here, except now that I know kind of what I'm intending on doing, and put that piece in. All right, and then 8 and 1 to add in the parachute, and then we do the same thing here. All right, so theoretically, if this falls into a gravity well and it starts to have issues, then it should be able to lay down with no issues, which is to say pop parachutes and land relatively easily. Don't know if that will actually happen, but hey. All right. So one of the things that that we need to look at here is how to get these guys on the ground. So if we look here, I've got a 1 block differential. So the question is how to deal with the blocks as they are. So what I was thinking is, do I have a half block differential here, a whole block differential? How is this going to really work out? So what I was thinking was we would make kind of a strut kind of a thing here. So let me go back up. We're going to use so we are this all right, and then we're going to do a literally corner block. Hey, quit. Slope like this. And then I think we'll just go ahead and do a armor block, armor block, armor block, armor block, Well, I suppose if I were over engineering things, I would do something on this order. It's kind of the frame around this thing. Yes, if I were to kind of be a little more creative here, and we could actually do let's change this framing a little bit and do all right. So not quite what I had in mind. But laying these things onto the ground, I'm mostly afraid that they would break in one form or another. So having a lot of this frame underneath it, I think, is a good thing. So having done that, I wonder if I should put a different kind of frame under it, like a scaffolding kind of frame. Might actually look a little better. So kind of a skid kind of a thing. Well, let's try it, just for fun. All right, 6. So I really want to do these things. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then I don't know if we want this thing in the center here, or all right, so we can put a connector here in the center, and we'll call this Alright, so I guess we'll do something similar with this here. Alright, so info, cargo module, okay. So I suppose what I could do is go ahead and take a copy of this thing now that it's mostly done. Okay, so there's the cargo module. What we're going to do is delete this and actually here a little bit. And then duplicate. In this case, we're gonna turn on a little more simple on ourselves. 0, 1, 2. Do the same thing at this end. We have the 1, the 2. We have then a 45-degree. Well, we have blocks, block, and then the slope, which is there, and then we have the edge here, which goes this scaffolding kind of a thing that goes all the way to the end. Slope, and block, block, block. I wish there was a easy way to make this end work well. But there really isn't. The only alternative here would be to delete the gyro or put the gyro on the side, which is certainly possible. In fact, why don't we go ahead and do that? Or put the gyro here. It doesn't really even matter where it goes. It just needs to not be where it is. So 6, turn that off. Put the gyro there, delete that gyro. Bring this in. This becomes a So that will connect in all of this with ultimately all of this. So unfortunately, do we use armored or do we use non-armored? 3, 4. Then we have a connector here. Lower. So gyros. Gyro aft, which means this is now the gyro forward. So gyro aft, gyros save, take it off the toolbar and off the terminal. Alright. So that should be it. So the question is about the parachutes. So they deploy at 1,000 meters. If auto deploy is on. So that's not too bad. 1,000 meters. Let's drift in. So I guess we'll go ahead and do the auto deploy for that. Well, actually, you know what? We might not want to do auto deploy, because if we are descending and those go, then that would be bad. So we'll leave those off for now, as the default there. And we'll do cargo module, jump module. Cancel. All right. So the trick now is how to detach all of these particular things. So in this case, I'm going to jump into this particular cockpit. T, I'm going to do a V so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Bink. Obviously that moved much too fast. But they are ready to connect. So they're not quite touching, but they are really close. Which means theoretically this should be just slightly below yep. Slightly below the level. Originally I was thinking that that this would, of course I wasn't thinking this was going to be quite this big, and it ended up being a lot larger than I was anticipating. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily. The downside is with these thrusters in here, I can't really extend anything out here other than if I turn off these particular thrusters. Then I could actually put something rather large in the middle here. So that may be something just, you know, as a auxiliary type of a module. Alright, so a couple of the things that I need to do here. Let's go in G. So we have parachutes. I need to create a group for parachutes. So let's go ahead and go out, back in. We have parachute hatch. Parachute hatch 1. Parachutes tractor, just to differentiate here. So parachutes tractor, we do not need to see those on the toolbar config. We do need inventory so we can put canvas into them, and then we turn this off and we see everything else. Alright, so we have hydrogen, which is, we can call these hydrogen main, which differentiates it from the tractors, the tractor versus the miners thrusters. So hydrogen main. I suppose it would simplify things if I actually turned, disconnected the miner, which is to say uncoupled miner. Info. So let's change this to the KTC MOV, so the modular utility vehicle there. We'll call it the tractor for now. Really don't have hardly anything there. So connectors, tractor module, so those are there. Alright, so if we are to really kind of consider what's going on, so that's the antenna from the micro miner. Okay. Let's get out of here. So the miner is actually causing a little bit of problem. World. empty. Or are they gyro? Oh, the gyros. The gyros are off. Never mind. I was trying to think. Okay, so 6, I'm going to unlock. So it's ready. So it's connected on, but it's not going anywhere. So that way it just is connected on there, but it's not connected on. Alright, so one of the things we need is an antenna. So let's go ahead and put an antenna, embed the antenna underneath here maybe. Really have a good place to put it. So I guess we will put it on top. If you've got room, we'll go ahead and do it. Okay, so on 8G, I'm done with the parachute blocks. So we're doing a Kenti large antenna. We're done with those. We are done with ion thrusters, gyroscopes, and we have both of those mounted on the front, which is to say in toolbar 1. Alright, number 1. So we're going to delete that one and that one. We're going to flip this thing over so it is right there. Kenti large antenna. I don't think we're going to be able to... Oh, it will let me. Oh, nice. Okay, Kenti large antenna. So this is KTC MOV tractor. We are actually broadcasting out to 50, and this belongs to me. Yes. So I'm going to change this to aft port minor mount. Okay, trying to think of anything else that we actually need on this particular thing. So we have an antenna. Antenna gyros. Can't think of anything we really need. Alright, so what all do we need as far as, so we have an antenna, which we can stick here, turn it off and on. We have a connector for the miner, which I don't think we'll put on the toolbar. We will let the miner go. The connectors for the tractor module. Okay, so this is a switch lock and a turn off. Our landing gear. Landing gear. Switch lock. So our parachutes are kind of one of these, you know, emergency thing. Auto deploy on off. So I'm assuming if we do an open, then they will deploy. But if we do an auto deploy, then they will automatically go when we reach 1,000. Auto deploy. Or should we just have an absolute open closed? Alright, batteries. We have a recharge on off. Really not a whole lot here. So the only other thing that would be reasonably wise would be to actually set up my forward backwards, you know, my maneuvering thrusters. I really should do that. Trying to think of anything else that I need on this thing for now. Oh, fuck. Well, that sucks. Where all the different parts and pieces went. Too. All right, so that came off. Alright, so that was literally all that was left. Alright, well, try again, right? Let's we got all the mains, so here's what we will do. We will delete all of these. Of course. Why would I have... Oh, that's not good. Why is that not working? So I gotta fix that. Alright, 5. Delete, delete, delete. Is that all the way through like I thought it should be? I think so. Alright, so that should be that. Why those didn't get on there either. Not sure how I screwed those up, but okay. I don't know if I just never put this one on, perhaps. Alright, so with those things off, now I can put these back on to 5, and they become the intermediate thrusters, or the center pointing thrusters. So while I will lose some maneuverability with these, they still represent the center. So I could actually build modules that take up this whole bay out to the edge, and that would then work fine. So 12 thrusters total. So these are the thrusters. Center pointing. Or we'll just call those center. Toolbar off. So when we put something in there, then we shut those down, and then they're fine. Back up here and GT. Groups. So these are the center thrusters. We'll turn those toggle blocks on and off. So 6. So all these in the center should have extinguished. Yes, indeed. Alright, so when we're using the thinner modules, then they should work just fine. Alright, now we will do the up-down thrust thing. So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to do 2 in every direction, 1 in every direction? How do I do that? We only have the 1 underneath. Oh, darn. Reactor. Alright, so we could put thrusters there. I wonder if 1 thruster will be enough. So let me leave those for now. So this becomes my downward thruster. So turn that off. So get rid of that one. Rid of that one. Okay, so that's up, down. Let's get rid of this one, and there should be, we'll zoom over here, and we'll do this one is the forward one. Okay, so we have up, down, forward, and then we will do that one, and that one becomes our right and left. There's that one. So that's our right, left. There is this one. It is the up. This one is the down. Up, down, right, left. And backwards. Alright. DK to get in. So this is right, left, down, up, forward, backwards. Alright. So, hydrogen thruster. Maneuver 01. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6. So this will be called thruster EUVR. So we have just thrusters maneuvering that are the minor thrusters. Oops. Okay. So here we go. Thruster maneuver. We can turn those off and off. G. All blocks. Groups. So we have thrusters center and thrusters hydrogen maneuver. I don't know why I don't have. So, thrusters, hydrogen main. Why did those not show up? Group. Oh, that's why they're right there. Thrusters hydrogen main, thrusters center. So we'll turn those off. Alright, so 5. Shut off the mains. Turn on the center lines. Alright, so, oh, even with one, this is really, but, so we've justified, okay, there's up, down, forward, backwards. There's that one and that one. Alright, so that's all 6 directions, which is good. Alright, so I want the minor to be attached back here. So let's get the minor empty. Turn that over. And here we go. Alright. in. Semi-protected. All right, and then we go to 2. We're going to turn off the thrusters, off the gyros, off the antenna, and locked. Then I'm going to get out of there. All right. All right, so now with that done, let us pull a cargo module out. The Alright, then this becomes the game of maneuverability. T sideways. So ding. Okay, ready and locked. So I guess there could be some variance here. Jump out of here before I really screw things up. So that's obviously with cargo module there. Okay, next thing. Ugh, man. Well, I guess we could test a little bit of maneuverability. So the miner is attached. So quick save. Down. Huh. Alright. So if we light off everything, so we have a 5 and a 6. We actually really very quickly. Alright, well, definitely works pretty well. So I guess let's go out of here. The next thing to test, the real challenge here is Shift F10. There we go. Planets. Do Earth-like seed. Different seed and radius. Hmm. 19 kilometers, really? Far away that is. So I guess the next thing I need to test. So I want to test two things actually. So T inventory parachutes, which of course have no canvas. Huh. Am I in the gravity well? Oh, maybe not. Alright. Inventory. Fuel ice. I want 50 there. 50 there. Parachute. Nice. So all of them loaded up. Perfect. Okay, so let's parachute 10. Oops. Spawn 10. Not that. Darn it. I'm F10. Cargo mod. V. Inventory. Parachute. And 5. Alright, so that should be alright. That is the cargo module. Replace with clipboard. Yes. Yes. Jump. V. See if this works. Inventory. Parachute. 5. And yes, it does go up to the aft. Huh. Volume 120, 40. That was our jump module. Replace with clipboard. Yes. Okay. Okay, so this is tractor. We're going to rename. Tractor cargo miner. This is not going to be anything like that one. F10, so let's delete that one because I have no idea what my changes were. So really, cargo module, I want to drop one of those in there. Okay, where's the planet? There's the planet. control space 6 13G. F8. Yes, I can fill this up with all kinds of stuff. Well, actually, I'm way over time again, so obviously I spawned in a planet. So this was going to be a test run of what these things would do with parachutes. So let's go ahead and break here, and we'll pick up on the next episode. So this is Kenty Tiger signing off, and we will see you next time.